we're back.
There we go.
Sorry, you can do anything from.
Sorry
about that, folks.
Bludgeoning, fire, sheer slashing and corroding metals, cold and bludgeoning, and piercing and slashing. It nasty.
It nasty. So, Este, what are you doing?
I am throwing my daggers at the dude.
At the dude. Do you remember how to target the dude? You right click on him and do the little, looks like a bullseye. Bottom left corner.
Should have him targeted.
All right, cool. Perfect.
Do. Okay. So we will throw the first one. That is a 29.
That definitely hits.
8 damage.
Got it.
Okay, we will throw the second one. So with this one, since it's my second action, I use the first one with the negative penalty to it, or negative thing to it.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Yes. Okay. That is a 20 to hit.
And that actually misses.
Okay.
Dang it.
Anything else?
Technically, since I've thrown both of my daggers, I cannot throw it a third time because they don't just return to me.
Got it.
Unfortunately.
Alrighty. So that is the end of your turn, Este?
Yes.
And that one's going to keep moving on. Moving on. Alright. On its turn, the Chimera.
Oh, shit.
The Chimera actually, the dragon head, which is the only one that can really do this, spins around and is going to attempt to bite the guy on its back.
Oh, please take him out. Please take him out.
Get it, get it, get it, get him. I believe in you, dragon.
And that rolls a... Oh, he rolled a natural 1.
Oh, damn it.
It's a 21 to hit.
Bit his own tongue.
Bit his own tongue.
Start bucking, buddy.
Let's start bucking, buddy. Oh! Alright, that's a good idea. I think only you have an AOP on this. So the Chimera will also begin to attempt to fly away with the guy on its back.
I do indeed have an AOP.
Choose to take or not.
Oh, it's definitely getting taken. This thing did a number. Let's see. Roll. 21, which is a miss.
Yep, that misses the Chimera. So it keeps on flying, and as it gets to the edge of the pit, that's 5, that was 5, 10, 15, at the edge of the roof, it is going to basically slam itself into the edge of the roof on its back and try and drag the guy off. So I'm going to make him make a dexterity check. Or not dexterity, reflex save to try and stay on the back of the Chimera. And the Chimera is going to make an athletics check to render him null and void. The Chimera wins.
Yes.
So the guy is going to take some damage from being basically smashed into the roof, and he is knocked off the Chimera's back. And the Chimera is going to continue to fly. You can just see it just basically flying up and out. So the guy gets dumped down here. He is going to take 2d6 bludgeoning from the hitting the roof. And then he's going to take... Where's the dice chamber?
Your turns.
And... Is the thing letting you guys use your dice?
What do you mean?
The roller?
I mean, I've been
I've been rolling.
No, but you've been
Actually-
using your skills and your abilities, right?
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
It's not letting me roll individual dice.
Weird.
Very weird. Very weird indeed, my friends.
You must get the dice tray, mod.
I must make it angry. Well, I'm using D6s, and I got some D6s right here, so I would just roll some D6s. So it's 2d6 bludgeoning damage from being smashed into the roof, which is 5, and then from the fall, he's going to take another D6. So that's 6 total points of bludgeoning damage. It's not going to finish him off. So he is now prone on the dirt, and right between the sand and the beach, sand and the actual the tile floor. But he is still conscious and he's still alive. But the chimera is now gone. It was almost like it was being controlled by something.
It didn't want to be there in the first place.
Ah.
God, don't even go here.
I don't even go.
Ow.
I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
My day off.
So it is your turn, sir.
Oh, is there still a guy up?
Cecil, yeah, he's on the ground. He's still
I thought
alive.
you said he was unconscious.
No, he's not unconscious.
Oh.
I said he's conscious
Oh,
and
is
he's
this
laying on the
Cecil?
ground.
Oh, and I'm up. How
Yep.
far is he?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away.
Perfect. So there's one thing I need to look up real quick because I don't know if it's what the actual effect of it is. I want to be 100% certain.
Of course you do.
It's a condition.
did I-
Prone.
Did I black out in Miss Idris's turn?
He just hasn't
That's a
had
good
his turn
question.
yet.
Idris's turn
That's a good
is...
question.
Yeah, Idris's turn is...
Because the
Because I
Chimera
say-
went.
The Chimera went.
And
I
left.
say
The
went.
Chimera goes after me.
So, huh?
The Chimera goes
There
after
was
me.
2 chimeras.
Yes.
There's one chimera
There's
before
one
you, and there's one chimera after you.
Yes, I went. The
Uh-huh.
Chimera before me was dead because I went straight after Cecil. The one after me went, and now somehow we're back to Cecil.
Yeah, it should be. Idris got skipped on accident.
I don't know how I did that.
I was like, did I black out?
No, you didn't.
So Cecil, I'm sorry. It is your
No,
turn.
you're good.
No,
It's not
Idris.
Cecil.
You're-
Idris.
Idris.
I'm still trying to skip Cecil. I'm still trying to skip Idris. I'm a bad person. Idris!
You're the worst.
I am the
He
That's
saw
worst.
not
guns.
bad.
It's like,
That's
oh no, don't like that.
Let's see. I will turn to real quick. We'll turn to Megs, who I'm assuming still has that one dude in his arms. And is like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
look,
he's
you got
eating.
this. Okay, and he's gonna run forward 25 feet.
Put it this way, that guy won't even get an AOP on you because he is actually considered to be complete grappled.
Restrained.
Yeah, restrained.
Yeah.
Yep. Grappled is a lot stronger in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
It is weak in 5e, and that makes me angry.
And he
All right,
is going
Idris.
to. He's gonna take 2 shots.
All right. So the guy is
And,
prone.
At the senior prone dude.
Senior prone. He is senior prone the prawn. Fire away.
It's senior prone the prawn. Kaboom. That is a 34 to hit.
That definitely is.
Bang. That will be 7 points of bullet damage.
7 puts of bullet damage taken.
And I will strike him with gun number 2 as well. Le bang.
They
So
hit.
the 32 hit. 5 points of bullet damage.
Got it. He is still he yelps out twice in pain, but he is still like trying to get to his feet.
Somebody finish him.
That's the end of Idris' turn.
That's all Idris can do right now.
That's gotcha. So now that would bring us back. Let's see, Idris gang. He's gone. He's the one who's down. He's gonna get to his feet. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do though. Actually,
Panic?
No. Actually, he's not gonna get to his feet. He's going to throw down. I think he's got a short sword on him. Yeah, he's got a short sword, and he kind of just like tosses it to the ground, and he puts up his hands and puts his hands behind his head.
Oh, he's surrendering.
So him.
Idris is going to call out, "That is the smartest thing you have done all night."
Fucking poor Cecil.
Cecil, are you all right? You look a little bit charred there.
He's literally just going to drag the edge of the blade over the sheath just to clean it and then put it in. It's like, he's fucking lucky this ain't the wilds. I'm in pain, but nothing I haven't been through before.
You've been through 2 Chimera before.
Been
At
through
once.
1.5 Chimera before.
So Jester
But
comes.
not with
whole ones.
riders.
So
Who
Jester
were-
walks up to you, Este.
Speaking of which, he's actually going to go over to the one he vivisected, looking for the dragon's throat. Just reaching, he's feeling around, and then pulls out the organ that it uses for its breath. Always claim a trophy.
The fire sack.
The fire one
Just
didn't
get
go down.
acid.
You just took acid damage.
Oof,
I had
God.
temporary HP from the stance,
Okay.
so it just immediately just wraps it shut.
In what?
Sure, there was an easier way to
Off,
do
as
that.
long as you wrap the top part so the acid doesn't leak out.
Could there not have been a safer way to do that so that you are not now boiling from your hand?
It's like, thankfully, the magic in the throat is what caused it to erupt. Right now, it's more in a dormant state. This ain't so bad right now. Hence why he's literally going to take it and literally going to tie it off as he sealed it. It's like, now, it's going to be sold, kept as a trophy after being dried out, or be used to create a more potent pile of acid.
Perhaps you should go get looked at. You look a little bloody. And not in a good way.
No.
I've had worse. It hurts, don't get me wrong, but in the wilds,
But you're not in the wilds. You are here and you can, I
can't-
assume, get healed.
Jester comes walking up this point, and he looks at you, Cecil, and he says, and he kind of like this reaches into his robes, and his hand you don't see like his hand, the robe bulging out where his hand goes in, and he comes back out, and he's like, this one, and he hands you a potion.
Yeah, for the dimensional space. Very nice.
It is a greater potion of healing.
that hits the spot.
It just will walk
Is that
over
86
to
or
Este.
66?
We'll wrap an arm around her. We'll plant one on her, and then we'll say, "For later." And then we'll walk up to the bandit and like just aim the gun at him. You and I are going to have a chat, sir.
He said he kind of like shrugged his shoulders. By the way, while everyone else is doing that, he stayed kneeling on the sand, and like some of the employees and like a couple of the guests came over, and they like tied him up. So he's like his hands are tied behind his back.
Good at tying people up.
Yes, they are. His hands are tied up behind his. He's basically hogtied. His hands are tied up behind his back. His feet are tied up behind him, and then his hands are tied to his feet.
As they actually followed Idris up, and she just kind of like gets down, like squats, so that she's like her face is like directly over his, and she's like, "You will be having a conversation with all of us."
Oh yeah. After what you did, I definitely want a piece.
No. I want to know why they came first before we do anything more to him.
He
All right,
looks
fair.
he is in very rough shape. He was on the point of dying too. So,
Damn.
oh
Is
no,
he-
no,
is
yeah,
he-
it was
is he-
you
is
and he
bleeding
were
out
like,
from anywhere?
huh?
Is he bleeding out from anywhere?
No, he's not at the point where he's going to bleed out. But
Okay.
he has obviously
Otherwise, I was gonna
taken
use
a lot of.
cauterize.
Yeah, he's taken a lot, a
Both as
huge
a healing
beating.
and both as a healing and an intimidation tactic.
Yeah, I know. So, what is the? I'm just trying to find out what the greater healing potion is like in Pathfinder.
Ironically enough,
What?
of the items I picked out ahead of time. Oh, you said so that one would be based off of the information you gave. Where'd it go?
Yes.
Where'd it go? Motherfucker.
Motherfuck.
Motherfuck. Fucking noise, making noise, smoking blunts.
So it's going to be a. Let's see. It's a
Say-
level 6. So
You
it's
said
going to
greater,
be
correct?
Yeah. Which is there it is. Type greater. So it's level 12. Wow.
Which is 68 plus
68 plus
20.
20.
I want to say is it slash roll or dash roll?
I try slash roll.
60, and you said 60. What was it?
6d8 plus 20.
Seven.
Nice.
That's some good healing.
It's one of the highest. It's the second highest, second most effective potion of healing in Pathfinder.
And in Pathfinder, it's only a single action to use a potion or item. So essentially a bonus action. Like, I know that aftertaste.
He says.
Let me
He
guess,
says
little
the
bit
least
of
I
a-
could do for all you've gone through for me.
You know what? That's
I have questions for
Considering
you as well,
considering
Mr. Justin.
Megs is eating his healing potion.
Well,
yeah, we'll unpack that can of worms later. I'm less concerned about these fucking bastards who interrupted a perfectly good time and probably ruined the rest of my evening.
He says, I'm sure that they will be dealt with by the authorities. He says, I can say that it will probably end up being discovered that they work for a certain business rival of mine and were probably attempting to kidnap me.
why?
He says, as I told you, I run an import-export business.
Why is not really
2 plus 2
Concern.
really is 4.
He's
If
like,
there's one thing I've learned about city folk, unless you're paid for it, you don't get involved with their business.
He says, but I have to say I am incredibly grateful for all of you stepping up to not only, I hope, help me, but to protect all these other people. It was an incredibly noble act, and I always believe that those who are willing to act in selflessly as this should be rewarded.
Just doing a hunter's duty, especially when beasts are involved.
He's like, it's a good
Oh,
thing
you
I'm
wanna
not
do
going to take you on that statement. He says, but, and he like reaches into that same pouch in his robes again, and he pulls out a bag, and he begins moving through. He's like, you can hear things clacking around in the bag, and he says, and he holds one out to Este.
Estee just like reaches. Estee's still actually looking at the guy on the ground.
Yeah.
So she just like holds her hand.
He puts he puts something in your hand that is hard, faceted, and about the size of a marble.
Pulls it around and looks.
It's a diamond.
It's about what I expected it to be.
It's worth 500 gold.
Cool. She's gonna slide that into a pocket on her pants, and she's still like eye contact with the guy.
And,
And
he
she's
goes,
just
he
looking-
he presents each one of you with one.
And she just looks and she
Really?
goes, "Now, You can answer my questions of your own free will, or and the hand from her shadow is gonna come up and it's gonna stroke down the guy's face, almost tenderly. We can do this the hard way.
He's kind of looking at you. He looks up at you, and he kind of like just like he meets your eyes, and he says, "You can do whatever you want. If I talk, you know what happens."
If you don't talk, it probably will happen anyway.
No, it won't. If you kill me, then you know what you're in for. I'm on the job. And he basically like looks down at his, like, he indicates it, like his waist, and you see a dagger sticking out of his waistband with a very large ruby on the end of the pommel. He says, "Surrender me to the authorities."
This is a workplace. How you say conflict of interest for you? Yes.
Anything else you do will either be considered you acting personally, or your employer acting out.
But see, they're all aware that I am on vacation.
Then
You
you're
are
declaring
disrupting my
personal
vacation.
war against the ruby. No, you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know how that is.
Idris opens his gun. He takes all but one bullet out. He pops the gun closed, twists the barrel so that the barrel spin. I am under no such compunction.
But you're with her.
Your point.
And he says, his hands are tied by his back, and he looks up at you. He looks up at you, Idris, and he says, "My point is that when you're family, it's very easy for people to understand what's happening to you, even if they're not around."
He's
family.
one of these types.
Yes. Tell your family, or if they are listening, I would like for them to
She
know.
grabs the dagger, puts it on the ground, stands up, and stomps on the ruby as hard as she can.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take much. Rubies are actually insanely hard, so not as hard as diamonds, but they're insanely hard. But this one just shatters.
A cheap knockoff.
Nope.
That.
Nope.
He says, he looks at the dagger and he says, "Now you just ensured that they're very interested in what happens to me."
He's not worth it. Not if it's gonna bring more.
To you.
Uh,
Puts the gun away. It is your choice what we do with him, if anything.
He says, "As you said, you're not on the job. You're on vacation. Anything you do now is personal."
can we have a little group discussion real quick while we figure out what we're gonna do with him?
Sure, but I don't know how she's going to feel being excluded.
Her too.
Plucks him in the forehead.
Flicks him in the forehead.
Not you.
It was like, I thought we were getting along pretty well.
We don't know exactly. Once everyone guys, we already know how complicated this job is going to be. After that little charade, last thing we need is more people getting involved.
That may be too late.
Maybe. We were just, as he said, in the right place at the right time. We didn't know why they're here. We still don't know why we're here. And personally, I don't really think we care too much.
I kind of care. I was coming to like Mr. Jasper here.
As was I. Even though he is a bit hard to read. Regardless, I think we really only have two options either. we let him go and go about our business and let the authorities handle it. It's not really our business.
I know what the authorities are going to do in that regard.
I was gonna say, Este, you know that
Nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's
The
gonna
authorities
happen.
are gonna take him, and he is gonna be.
remember,
out
there's
within
the authorities are almost basically the different mob groups.
Yes.
It's like, or we kill him, and then they come to investigate who killed him and why.
I mean, there is, you do not realize, do you? The authorities are and basically being paid by any such all of the
Families.
families here in the city.
Yes.
He actually, just hearing it, just gives a slight smile. It's like, I have an idea then.
Oh, before you get too far, what is the idea?
Yes.
A certain individual is good at moving cargo from place to place.
Ah,
Why not
Oh.
make him disappear?
my good friend, Mr. Jester, come for a moment.
That way we don't have to deal with either of the bad options.
Jester comes walking up, and he's like, "Yes."
How would you feel about making a very good friend in Spell and getting rid of a little cargo for me?
I don't mind making friends, but I also don't like the concept of stepping out of my circle of comfort by engaging in anything that might, although make me a great friend in the Pearl, possibly make me a great enemy in other gemstones.
If they find out.
Considering that they sent him after, since they
Oh, no,
sent
they
us-
didn't send him after me. I said one of my nemesis sent them after me. These are probably just the paid thugs. He went to the Pearl because the Pearl, he went to the Ruby because the Ruby are known to be strong arm tactic people.
So if he were to die on the job, it'd be normal and they wouldn't investigate?
Except for the fact that, they knew he was alive until a few moments ago. Nice on
And
the
he-
gem, by the way.
And in addition, perhaps, to making a friend. Just say, I owed you a favor in regards to this nemesis.
Don't know if I exactly want to go that route yet, but
I'm not
how
interested.
about this? How about instead of directly involving me, you wire into the home office, tell them that you were on vacation, you got involved in this little escapade, and let your branch of the authorities come out and get this guy, and then they can ransom him back.
I like that idea quite a bit.
That would
I
work.
like that better.
He says, and I'll even cut you in for 10% of the ransom.
I'm always here for additional money.
He says, but the whole situation is, I really appreciate what you did, and were I younger, I would definitely be gung-ho for some action and adventure, but I'm a fat old man now, and I really prefer my comforts, and I don't really enjoy running and screaming in the night anymore. Bad knees.
That is fair.
Valid.
There are better reasons to be screaming in the night.
He's like, that's why I
Also
come here.
valid.
Certainly.
Which, speaking of which, I think I know how you can spend the time you owe me. I may need someone's help in patching myself up.
He's like, can I opt out of that and instead provide you with someone who can patch you up?
That works too.
It's been a long time since my hands have been steady enough to do a stitch.
Fair enough. I find
You
those terms
look like you
acceptable.
need quite a few of them, my friend.
I mean, considering he's got scars, it's like,
You're covered in scars, but you also have like literally the lion bit down on your shoulder, so you have like crushing bite marks and huge bruises,
Like,
and you're bleeding.
bruising. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, and to think, this is just the looks after a normal hunt. Though normally I would be wearing armor.
We were all caught unawares, my friend.
Jester's like, I'm glad to know that you wear armor normally. He's like, I didn't think we would need armor here, but apparently this city is in a bit more chaotic, in a bit more of a chaotic state than I originally thought.
Well, let that be the lesson to my traveling compatriots that I was able to do all of that outside of armor.
Oh, here we go.
Jester says, I will allow you to make your calls. I am going to go and see to any damages, since this was basically my fault. He says, so, I'm
I will
sorry.
help you look to those who might have been wounded or things.
No. I'm going to check in with the hotel to settle up damages restitution. The hotel should be able to provide healing for anyone who's injured, aside from the enemies, of course. He says,
we don't need any.
he says, I am sorry for this evening ending so abruptly. He says,
It is not your fault that people come after you, apparently. That is them. That is on them. You had no control over that.
And I wouldn't have to say it has to end so abruptly. There's nothing saying once everyone gets, for those who need to be patched up, get patched up, that the wages can't be followed through.
He's
Well,
like,
there was some...
I will leave that up to the individuals. I would ask for at least a few days to recuperate from this.
This has been rather traumatic for those who are not experienced in this kind of life.
You're not used to this?
No, I'm not saying that it was traumatic for me. I'm saying for everyone else here.
Yes.
He says, as I said, not as young as I used to be. My resiliency has apparently faded as well.
It is all right, my friend.
Says, well, I'm going to go settle up with management, I guess. He's like, if you need anything, just call. I know your stay is already provided for, but I feel responsible and I apologize. I know, not my fault. I just let an old man apologize and wander away.
Fair enough.
All right. So I think this is a good place to stop for the evening.
I will say just to add a little cherry on top, just before it ends, just one last line. It's like, all right, who wants a drink?
There's
I think a nightcap would have been nice.
I would not say
Looks
no.
at Este.
luckily enough, no one destroyed the entire food tables.
Oh,
The
look,
fight didn't
bar
get
is
over
still
there.
open.
Although a lot of the couches and
bar's
chairs
open. I enjoy
are burnt to a crisp.
Or I guess in this case, either burnt to a crisp or melted.
Pretty
Very
much.
small flames on corners.
Actually, just using like a much reduced chill touch to just put out the flames.
Gotcha. Basically, prestidigitation to douse the flames.
Very
Yeah.
good, sister.
Or
Very good.
thaumaturgy, basically. So anyway, I think that's a good place to stop, guys. Thank you so much. And this encounter I designed to be able to really give you some like chances to one shot some people because I threw in a bunch of little bees,
Nice.
and but I just wanted to see the mechanic flow through. You know what I mean, and see how the mechanic, how much different it would be from D&D, and of course, Pathfinder is, we all know this, Pathfinder is much crunchier because you know, anything that's going to involve like an attack roll and a skill check in the same in mechanic, that's going to be something that's a lot different than 5e. So
Yeah.
we're all going to need to make sure that for the next one we'll make sure we know these characters better, and it's going to be. But I think that honestly, it's going to be really cool. Sam, that character does a shit ton of damage.
I
Yeah, it does.
wanted to showcase exactly what the Magus could do. It is one of the crunchiest magic martial hybrids that exist in the game. And as one who's been playing it since I first started playing Pathfinder, it is one of my favorite classes, and I just wanted to showcase exactly how beautiful it could be.
You
I can
certainly
say-
did that.
Yeah, I can say that the way that the Magus can meta damage, but can't really take it, is just like it fits right in with their niche. You know, the glass
Oh.
cannon.
What do you mean can't take it?
I think he just took more damage this time because he was lacking his
That's
armor.
true. No, that's very true.
Yep.
He didn't have
The
any armor.
not having the armor definitely reduced it. Additionally, and this is an interesting thing, the hit die of a magus
Hmm.
is the same as a ranger and a monk.
That's not bad.
As
Not bad at
a
all.
caster, you only, as for like your primary casters, for instance, your classic casters, like say your wizard or your sorcerer, whichever one you want to choose. The wizard starts out with 6 HP plus your constitution. So your classic wizard
D6.
HP.
Yep.
On the other hand, the magus is 8.
Mm-hmm.
Same as the ranger, same as the monk. They are much more hardy,
Well,
especially if they have the toughness feat like Cecil does.
well, it definitely showed what they can do for sure. However, it is time for us to think about being good boys and girls and going to bed. Everyone's like, I love how some of us are like, and everyone else is like,
Do I need to? Yes. Do I want to? Yes. But I also know the moment I go to sleep, I'm going to have to wake up for work tomorrow, too. It's just,
I
So
know,
do
I'm
I.
sorry. It's one of the things that, you know, we all can't get away from.
yeah.
Work is the necessity that keeps gaming alive. Let me see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say goodnight to these lovely people. Let them tell you where they can find. You can find them on the interwebs, and then we're going to go find someone to raid. So let's start off with Sam because he had the funnest tonight because he got to blow things up. Sam, where can people find you on the mighty interwebs?
So you can, of course, find me on most social medias under some iteration of Markov & Co. You can find me on Tuesdays, as well as one of our other cast members who was taking a rest for this evening, Cassie, over on ADH Adventures for Turning Point on Tuesdays. And I am very proud to say it's the channel's flagship. Very happy to say that. On top of, as we are starting it back up again, every other Saturday, this Saturday included, for indie circles, a hybrid swapping between Vampire the Masquerade or Hunter the Reckoning, depending on the week, setting place in Indianapolis, which you can find on the Starfield, the Wife and I's channel. This is also in one of those shows, the one the opposite weekend.
I don't know what that was, Liz, but it looked cute. Anything else, Sam?
That's all from me.
Excellent. We will continue around the wheel and go to Sphinx Akacha.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Sphinx Akasha, your champion of bards. You can find me on TikTok as Circle DM, the one and only Circle DM. Everywhere else on the internet, you can find me as Sphinx Akasha. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you can find me right here with the Nerd Game playing our Monster of the Week short-term campaign, Small Time Life. And of course, on Wednesdays, you can find me right here playing this Pathfinder game, which is amazing.
It's a wonderful.
Every other Friday, you can find me with the ADH Adventures channel, where I run my campaign, Agents of the Circle. It's someone is last week we would have had it, so it will be a week from this Friday will be the next one because we do it every other week because that's how we roll. On Saturdays, you can find me also with ADH Adventures, where we alternate between Heroes Arc, where I play Raziel, the XMR Necromancer, and Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, where I play Xanathras, the Eladrin Paladin / Sorcerer. And then on Sundays, also with ADH Adventures, you can find me playing our timey-wimey game, The Tale That Never Was. It's time travel, it's a universe hopping, and you can see me playing my answer to the question, what if Howl from Howl's Moving Castle were an Kalishtar, and Calcifer was his quarry, as I play Io, the Kalishtar Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. I don't have a moving castle just yet, but I did just get a flying broom, so we're on our way.
And finally, the incomparable Miss Listu.
Hello. Hi, I am Miss List. You can find me on the internet at various iterations of at Miss List or at Miss List 2, depending on what was available and my mood that particular day when I was making a screen name. You could obviously find me here on Wednesdays for this game. You can find me here every other Friday, including this Friday, for our currently Tales from the Loop game Best Days. We'll be finishing that soon and starting something else. And you can find me every other Saturday morning, not this Saturday, but next Saturday you can find me over on the Starfield playing Vampire the Masquerade, where the vampires are currently in a situation.
Like soda in a soda can.
And I'm being blamed for something his wife did.
She is the game master after all.
All I'm saying is, don't you dare. Don't you
What
dare.
are we're literally being shaken up like a can of soda.
Be a good little soda, stay at the car.
I can't even call my dad.
You can't call your dad.
You guys also, I have a feeling one of you is going to wind up meeting my sire.
Hopefully they don't get shot.
Nah. It seems like a bad idea.
You're getting shot or meeting the sire?
Both.
This shooting my sire. Don't
Well, then you
shoot
better
the
tell
Tremere.
if we had to choose one to be the worst idea, it'd probably be shooting her sire.
Don't shoot the Tremere, and it probably will be Dan who beats him because they found out that there's a hunter at the morgue.
Oh boy. Well, lastly, you can find Dinner and a Games information in chat as well. Our Linktree links are in there, and as well as the Linktrees for the links for these amazing creators. Remember, the best serotonin boost you can give any creator is taking those few seconds to click that follow button or that like button, because we create for ourselves, but we love getting that justification that someone else enjoyed it too. So if you can, give them a follow. We greatly appreciate it. Remember, at Dinner and Gaming, I always save you a seat at the table. Be careful. Most of us went to Gen Con, and almost all of us came back with COVID. It's the new con crud. Social distance where you can. Wear a mask when you can. Do what you can to protect yourself. We want to see you come back and take your place at that table as often as you can, and that means you have to be careful. We love you very much. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the ending stream screen, and I am not going to read that because I don't want to know what that is. Anyway, we're going to go raid somebody. We will see you guys next time. Have a very, very good night.